Previously on the circuit.
Go big or go home.
Oh,
lucky bhai.
Definitely some deja vu from last season.
Lakshpal Singh will always be a tough competition for me.
Oh my god! ये ना हार रहे हैं ना जीत रहे हैं. You grilled me out. You grilled me.
Now it's time to go from Texas to Omaha because it's 4 cards that we're going to be playing with today. PLO is the event.
Just like event number 1, we will have 2 tables of 7 players each. And here is a very deadly table 1.
We've got a lot of people who are experts at this game.
Game plan is pretty simple. I'm defending champion for the PLO tournament. I'm going to retain my trophy.
Explosive players on my table. There's Navi on the table. There's Zarban on the table. All of them know PLO well. There's Azhar. They of course have a big edge over me.
And a lot of them have studied this game way more than I have. And way more than most of you guys have probably. So this is a good one to take notes because this is an emerging, fantastic format of the game that we're all looking to find an edge in.
PLO is a post-flop game and it's a game that has very high variance. It's a game of high precision.
Among the PLO experts, we have of course Navkiran Singh, who performed not so well on day 1, got the bottom spot. Last time round, he did exactly the same and went on to ship it. Today we might get to see the same, who knows?
I mean, I've been here. I've been in the same spot. I call it deja vu.
Laksh, however, is the least comfortable out of all the players there, self-admittedly. He's quite a hold'em guy, so he's going to have to navigate those waters extremely carefully. 4 cards, not 2. Remember, Laksh, remember.
I have a very tough table. All the PLO players in circuit are basically on my table.
And let's not forget Zarvan, one of the newcomers. PLO is an action-packed game, and he's an action-packed player. He likes to take an edge wherever possible, and this is the place to do it.
PLO is my forte and I've played a lot of PLO cash and I've done well in PLO tournaments as well. So it's not that it's a new, territory for me.
Wow, Zarban is just smashing.
I wouldn't mind finishing last. There's no point finishing in the middle.
Get in the mix, try and just go for glory, go for that first place.
So, no more needed for me then. Dealer, you know what to do. Shuffle up and deal.
It's time for Pot Limit Omaha, the 4-card version of poker where the swings are real and the action gets amped. With the cards on the table and the action rising, every move counts.
So I'm hoping at least to secure top 3 today.
Razor sharp focus, no room for mistakes.
You cannot leave anything to chance.
I think I can adapt fast.
Double the cards, double the explosiveness.
So yeah, I'll be looking to crush today as well.
So will it be twice the fortune or twice the risk?
They could find me unpredictable in PLO and I could be the dark horse.
So let's get to the action.
So I have only one option, to go all guns blazing.
Just go all out action. Pot.
Dive right in.
Welcome back to the circuit. This is event number 2, Pot Limit Omaha. Our contenders are set. It's going to be a crazy one. My name is Vidur Singhal. I'm joined in the booth with Aditya Wadhwani as always as we kick off table number 1. It's going to be a fun one, Addy. I suspect some of these PLO ninjas will be putting the others to the test.
So much PLO experience on this table, it's going to be wild.
You play a lot of PLO cash games. Me? I know you play.
Yeah.
He plays a lot more than I do.
Ah.
For sure, yeah. Now, yes. And deep stacks also he plays.
Deep.
High stakes.
High stakes.
Good fold, bro.
He plays 6, so I think and 6 is slightly trickier than 4.
You play 6 too much as 4.
I think 4 is very high.
No. I don't think so.
4 is very high skill game, Navi. 4 is very high skill game.
4, 6 also. The kind of I mean, 6 is a different.
Just to clarify, we're playing PLO 4. Players discussing PLO 5 and 6.
Backdoor की calculation यार 2% का
Like
फर्क
to
पड़ता है.
know
It's more
the
mathematical
kind
skill.
of
Backdoor
nuts that are just worthless and the kind of nuts that are much better right on the flop.
It's not that difficult to figure out 6 in my
I don't think
like
so.
it's
I think it's harder. The more cards you get, the harder it gets.
interesting.
And we see the first flop of the match, 8-8-5. In case you're not familiar with PLO, we will help you along for now. Not much for any player, to be honest. Chirag has the open ender. Not too valuable in PLO when you have a paired board. Zarvan has the same open ender. Diddly squat for Lakshpal Singh.
Thank God I checked again. Yeah, I thought I had an 8. Luckily I saw it off again.
Zarvan, with aggression, takes it down.
Zarvan plays a lot of PLO. Zarvan, I think, is the best PLO 4 player here. After Jagdeep, probably.
And some high praise there for the newcomer.
In all of this, huh?
Zarvan ने देखा है.
PLO only.
I travel a lot for live series, and there is usually a PLO tournament in every live series I go to, and I've done pretty well in live PLO tournaments. I've won like 3 and played 5 or 6 out of that. I've final table 4, so that's a good record. And yeah, I'm confident, and I think PLO is a game where like not many people are kind of very good at it right now, and I think I have a decent edge. Not against this field or these players, but in general, I'm saying. Yeah.
High praise indeed from Navi. Well deserved as well, Zarvan. A Hold'em tournament beast, but a PLO cash game expert as well. Just like his friend Azhar on his right, who also plays the highest stakes all over the world. Oh, Azhar. Yeah, he straddled.
And hold on a minute here. Zarvan re-straddles.
अपन रुकेंगे क्या? चूड़ियाँ थोड़ी पहनी है इधर.
Mind you, this is just for fun. It'll count as a blind raise.
Straddle, re-straddle, LP on you.
Fold.
अच्छा ये सब भी हो रहा है. Good.
Yeah, Laksh is not getting involved in this madness.
Pawan is a very naughty boy, man.
ये है क्या ये रेज है ना मतलब just
Oh, look at the hand Zarvan has woken up with. Not too bad for a re-straddle.
नहीं मैटर करता है ना.
It's a raise.
It's a raise.
Zarvan, old school. Every bit of information counts, no matter how small.
भाई पत्ते बांटे उसके पहले हमारे चिप्स अंदर थे. गुरु के बाद हाथ आ गया है मोटा. समझ नहीं आ रहा उसको करूँ क्या. लिम्ब करूँ कि रेस करूँ.
तो पता ही नहीं
पत्ते देखने के बाद ऐसे.
Or option number 3.
एक्शन मेरे को पता ही नहीं था मेरे पे.
चलो यार ब्लाइंड ट्राई करते हैं. ओह सॉरी.
Oh, cute try. Cute try.
Zarvan knew exactly what he was doing there. Not allowed to raise the straddle, counting as a blind raise. And he flops trips. Must be nice. Double straddle blind and flop way the best of it.
Although Navi's going to take the lead here.
And Azhar calls with his overpair and a gut shot. That's a pretty weak hand to overcall with. He's doing this because his opponent is Navi and he has position over him. But Zarvan with his 5 comes along. And comes along in the form of a small raise. In PLO, this is dangerous. It often signals the exact kind of hand Zarvan has. And Navi's not a believer.
That is equally dangerous, my friend.
Snap हो रहा है.
Yeah, time for Azhar to get out of the way. What is Navi doing in this spot? Does he even have a plan of action here? He has 3% equity.
2 clubs चाहिए क्या देखो.
Oh, and Azhar hits the straight, but I mean, 2 flush draws, paired board. I don't know if he would have felt comfortable with an 8-7 here.
दिल से दुआ है bro.
Speaking of comfortable, I don't know if Zarwan's too comfortable either. Just a 5. He checks out of caution and hits the king. Dream card, full house now for Zarwan. Check on the turn. Easy value bet for Zarwan to make on the river, and Navi, just as a pair of 9s, should be able to get out of the way. You don't love it. You feel like you're being abused a little bit. But in PLO, this is not even a great bluff catcher, to be honest. Pocket 9's not worth much. Zarwan could have something like pocket kings, in fact. Even value bet pocket aces. Obviously, a straight on the board, quite visibly so.
Oh, wow. Oh, he's made the... Yeah, it looks like he's making the call there. You think that's a product of maybe Navi getting suspicious about the whole restraddle situation, leveled himself into making a light call?
Light is an understatement. I'm blown away.
Yes, sir.
No discount बोल दिया मतलब
hand देखो blind में hand है क्या है इसका blind raise पे
King Queen Jack 5 double suited
करते हो क्या है चूड़ियों की बातें करते करते बढ़िया कंगन आ गए
बढ़िया लपेटा
Zarwan, I've played a bit of cash games back in the day. He's a top reg. I mean, probably Asia's #1 reg right now in terms of live circuit. I definitely think he's a strong contender to even ship the whole thing. I mean, I think he's a great pick for the circuit. Second, I think he has it in him to, take it all.
I am completely packed between all of the, I'd say, more creative players on the table, with Zarwan to my immediate left, Navi to my immediate right. I will not have much freedom in terms of, having my hand at opening freely, because Navi will not allow too many spots to go away just like that. Zarwan won't let go any spots uncontested. There's just solid resistance all the way. So I would say my strategy with the points advantage would be to try to play a bit aggressive, put some pressure on other players, try to get some early chips, because early chips are the only way to sort of get yourself deep into the tournament itself. So that will be my strategy, to play a little tight, but play all of the parts of it very aggressively.
So Zarwan's image gets him paid by Navi. His PLO skills getting him a lot of respect on the table.
Add an overpair and a wrap.
Ace-3 of clubs.
No.
नहीं.
Add overpair wrap.
8876.
चारों गेस कर रहे हो आप नेक्स्ट लेवल हो ब्रो मतलब मैं बहुत पीछे आ गया हूं मैं
सिको
चार पत्ते गेस कर रहे हो
ये तो कैश गेम तो बना ही लिया ज़ारवान ने अब एक बार किस्मत चल गई है
भाई आप नहीं
you know what they say right
आप स्ट्रैडल ऑटो है मेरा
yeah and it's the worst to accidentally
Bro, I can't even pick up 4 cards. Man.
ऑटो स्ट्रैडल announced ma'am
Really now, Zarwan?
All the way,
नहीं at least till 4 levels उतने तक तो अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं
Some backtracking.
So there is a plan.
feelings बहुत जल्दी change हो सकती है is what I feel
If he committed to auto straddling the whole tournament, that would be truly baller.
Damn, son. I do zone in, man. I'm playing so shit.
How much?
Not a 4 though.
खत्म हो गई 2100 का अगर प्री-फ्लॉप पॉट होगा
Meanwhile, we have an actual hand brewing. Ruben Labru, who claims to be a PLO noob, finds ace king jack 5 single suited to the ace and 3 bets it in position. Nicely done thus far.
If you're new to the 4-card game, it's called Pot Limit Omaha because you cannot exceed the amount that's in the middle in terms of a bet that you make. The maximum Ruben could put in was 2100.
Jack 10, 6, 2 diamonds. What a beautiful flop for Ruben. Look at the equity. Smashed it. He has top pair, top kicker, gut shot to the nut straight, and the nut flush draw.
Well, if you're Chirag Soda right now, you won't be feeling too bad about your hand either. He's got the wrap.
Yeah, the wrap meaning a straight draw with multiple cards. The ace, king, and queen would give him a straight, as would a 9. And there is the ace. He has a nut straight, 13% equity, now becomes 65%. And it goes a quick check. Ruben knows King Queen was a possible holding, and an absolute brick on the river here. Chirag ends up with the check mark. Ruben's hand started out so strong. Now it's top 2 pairs, and Chirag is going to bet the nuts. And I don't see how Ruben can get away from this. So many missed bluffs Chirag could be betting.
This is one of the interesting things about PLO. You know, you come across strong hands. It's actually quite hard to get good value because a good player will be aware. In this case, 6,000 is the amount that gets the job done. Good sizing there, Chiggy. Well done.
Yeah, but then this is...
Daddy था almost.
क्या set call किया?
Ruben looking to share his misery by showing Navi his hand. And by the way, Chiggy and Ruben, supposedly the weak PLO players on the table, but the way they navigated that hand, you would never think so.
Today, of course, game plan is to try and secure as many points as I can. I have a PLO today, which is not my strong suit, but not most people's strong suit here. Decent, I wouldn't say I don't have an edge as such. I think it's fairly even. And I have a nice table lineup. Explosive players on my table. We have Azhar, we have Navi, we have Zarwan, who are quite explosive. We have Pawan, who's really, really good. And then I think there's Labru and myself. So most wary, I would say, of Navi and Azhar. So I'm hoping at least to secure top 3 today. Because from -10, you know, if I can get another 40, 50 points, 60 points today, that'll be very, very good for me.
It's not my game of choice. Yeah, this is an important tournament for me because they are much better players. I think I'll see what these guys are doing. It's deep. I have a lot of leverage early stages. I can maybe even change strategies if I have to. We do something that like they're not expecting. That's going to be the plan.
Okay, hand.
Good answer. Don't answer. Pawan simply will be asking.
And here's Lakshpal Singh. Will he finally play a hand? Nope.
Snug.
5 minutes we discussed the previous
Pawan
hand.
Bansal with a double suited hand. Expect opening action.
Pawan has plenty of PLO experience as well, mind you. He came up in his early career playing a lot of PLO cash. Knows what to do with that double suited hand. You have a lot of board coverage with this hand. If it comes low, you have something. If it comes high, you have something. 2 suits also help. And Navi has a strong holding as well. Queen 10, 9, 7, single suited. Lots of wraps possible. Queen Jack 8, 8 with the big blind discount. Let's go. 3-way to the flop.
अरे वो actually बहुत सारे लोग आ गए तो pot बड़ा हो गया. The pot size बड़ा हो गया. वरना अगर एक, if it's just him, you will call it.
Some shared cards, not too many though. And it comes a queen, jack, and an 8 and 2 spades. Here we go. PLO in a nutshell. The nut straight for Navi. The nut flush draw for Pawan and a gut shot to Broadway as well. And top 2 and bottom set. Everyone has smashed this board. It gets checked to the button. Navi will bet the nuts in position and both players come along.
And take a look at those equities. Pawan with ace high, literally, has still got 60% equity.
And that's why, Addy, great catch. It comes the king of spades, nuts for Pawan. Both Navi and Zarwan know their hand is now not worth much and Pawan is going to bet it. Straights should not be able to continue on the turn here. Navi does not have a redraw. He cannot make a better hand than the one he has. Zarwan, on the other hand, does have a set. If the board pairs, his full house would beat the flush, but it's always tough when you have bottom set. You don't even make the best full house. And Zarwan, as a result, lets it go.
Yeah, a super disciplined fold there, something that a lot of beginners will struggle with.
The top pair. I had a check raising hand. Actually, I didn't check raise.
Yeah, I would have put it in.
Did you have a straight flush?
He had a flush for sure.
What kind of questions are these? You have straight flush.
Possible.
You can have 10-9.
Yeah, he had ace of
100% raise every flop पे अगर 10-9 spades है 100% raise.
But तूने ही खुद ही डाल दिया ना. So you would have check
Why
raised
isn't
this.
ace 9, 10?
100% check raise, bro. 10-9 spades. No, 10-9 spades, 100% check raise. You want to cooler, like free roll the 10-9 if someone has it.
100%.
Then someone can have nut flush go with that.
Laksh fishing for information and trying to learn the game from better players.
That's okay, no then.
Oh, you believe that? Okay.
Well, he did hustle us all in Season 1 in PLO. Did really well in that event.
For a bigger circuit.
Claims not to know PLO. Let's see how he does.
You don't get those feelings sometimes. You anyway will fold, but I think one of these.
Here's a hand that Ruben's holding that looks better than it actually is, but that's not going to stop Ruben from opening up.
Yeah, well, this is Ruben we're talking about, Addy. He's actually limped, so he just is signaling that he's going to call in case somebody raises. And you made a good point. In PLO, you don't want to play two hold'em hands together. Queen Jack of spades, three deuce of spades. Maybe you'd play them in hold'em individually, but they're just too disconnected for PLO. Not if you're Ruben, though. The wild card.
Negative के बाद सिर्फ positive ही आ सकता है.
And Laksh finds a hand he can get busy with. Finally, ace queen 9-8, single suited to the ace.
2200 you could have made it.
Raises to 2000. Pot Limit Omaha, that's almost the most he can raise. Chirag comes along from the big blind with Jack 9, 7, 6, and Ruben does make the call as expected.
Hey, don't seal others, dude. You can see your glasses.
Chiggy's so honest. What a nice guy.
Laksh is so inexperienced in PLO that he's not able to hold his cards up properly.
And Chiggy just pointing out those beautiful tinted shades are giving away a lot of information. They are in 4K, my friend.
Well, experience be damned, but he's flopped. Aces up. In position, does check though, has the gut shot as well, which does come in. It's not the nut straight now on the board. Laksh has queen 9, king queen would be the nut straight.
Chiggy with a straight as well, but much lower, which is usually not good at all.
The dummy end of the straight, we call it. Laksh has the second nut straight, Chiggy has a third nut straight. And it's Ruben who comes out firing, using just the queen as a blocker to try and represent king queen. Laksh will have none of that. Has aces up, has the second nut straight, and just calls. As one would, you don't want to raise in case you're up against the nuts.
And Ruben, look at his outs. It would have been all right, but now 4 outs missing and board pairs. Laksh has made a boat. And Ruben is in trouble.
Ruben should be completely handcuffed here. There's just nothing for him to represent. What would he bet on the turn that would now have improved on the river? He's trying to say he has king queen. Could bet small. But that's not Ruben's style. Has he gone full pot? When you go full pot, you're going polarized. You're trying to say you have the best hand possible, or perhaps nothing. Laksh has an easy call and demands to see the bluff. Not too bad for the so-called PLO amateur.
You still believe that?
What can I say, Addy? I'm not a cynic. But with these poker players, perhaps I should be.
So I feel like I'd sold myself pretty short, right, for this event. Everyone knew I'm like pretty underconfident in the sense that, like I mentioned, it's a fact that every one of the players at the circuit is better than me at PLO, right? I think, like, I didn't want to get steamrolled on the table. Like, I didn't want people to run over me or think that I'm just going to be weak. So that's why I had a few of those showdowns. So I was just like confusing people. Like, they don't know right now if I'm hustling them. Do I actually know how to play the game? Do I not know how to play the game? You know? So like that gave everyone a very confused idea about or a confused perception about how I play the game and whether maybe I actually do know how to play, you know, and I'm just messing with them. So that was fun. That's why I showed, you know, few bluffs, few hands here and there, just to like kind of throw them off as well. You know, otherwise they'd feel too comfortable getting into pots against me or running over me. So I didn't want that to happen. So because of that, I was like showing some hands here and there and like, you know, showing them that I'm here to play and I'm not just gonna sit and fold and try to ladder up.
Lakshpal Singh showing that he's not just an online guy, he's now picking up some live tricks as well.
Well, he is the Season 1 circuit champion, trying to defend his title. As I mentioned, he did pretty well in the PLO event in Season 1 also.
I didn't believe him then, I didn't believe him now. Right then, onwards we go. Pawan Bansal into the muck. Chiggy, would you like to play poker? He would not.
Wait just a second, Addy. Folding is also playing poker.
It's true, it's like 80% of the game, mate. General point to make, something that a lot of people underestimate.
Indeed.
Equally good to make good folds as it is to make good hands. Equally important, rather.
You know what they say in cash games, right? Money saved is money earned. Meanwhile, Navi, double-suited kings on the cutoff. Very easy hand for him to open.
And Zarvan with a rather unorthodox holding, choosing to call the small blind.
How much is the pot? How much is the pot? How much?
Looks like Laksh is about to 3-bet full pot.
I'm though thinking, but I'm like, if you had a choice to get any hand you want, why would you choose this one? Is this the best hand? No, right? What's the best hand?
Ace, ace, king, king, double.
Trying to find out how much he can raise to, as per PLO, pot limit. There's a maximum.
But solver नहीं solve कर सकता
है क्या बताओ?
5,740.
And the PLO experts are going to help him along. Common question on PLO tables. How much can I raise?
700. 57.
मैं भी ace king.
Oh, and he just calls.
करके ठंडा ही छोड़ देता है.
अच्छा तो ये क्या ये सब करने के बाद में?
अरे ज़्यादा स्टैक है अभी उनको. थोड़ा कम होता तो मैं स्क्वीज कर रहा था मैं. अच्छा है ना मेरे पास.
That's a lot of information. Laksh's behavior there actually matches his hand. Ace-9, 8-6 double suited, good at 3-bet, decides to just call and actually says he has a good hand. As we go to the flop, it's King 7-3 top set and the second nut flush draw for Navi. Monster hand.
It's a great start.
And he checks it in position, 3-handed. It comes a 4. Navi no longer has the nuts, still has way the best of it.
He'll be a little happy to have a 5 in his hand, though. That stops some of his opponents from having one of those straights.
Yeah, but tricky play, checking that board. Don't forget, a spade wouldn't give him the nuts either, but he takes the variance, now gets rewarded in the form of a bluff by Zarvan. Using the 6 blocker, Navi has the world here, needs to hold, 95%, comes to fruition, 8 of diamonds changes nothing. And by the way, if Zarvan had the nut straight, he would need to continue the story here. Is he going to bluff off a few chips in Navi's direction? Let's face it, he's going to get called. And bluff he does, and he gets snapped.
Top set, flop, check back.
Azhar commends the trappy play.
Oh my god.
Very nice hand.
टर्न थोड़ा गंदा खुल गया. टर्न उतना अच्छा नहीं था.
Squeeze free and then you snooze.
Navi showing why he's the PLO boss. Looking to capture some points the way he did in Season 1.
And with that hand, he takes another step towards repeating history, just like in Season 1, where he started off not the best, eliminated right in the first event, 0 points to his name. And then it was the great old game, his favorite, PLO, that got him back into the mix. He shipped that outright and got himself into the top spots on the leaderboard. And if it weren't for a dreadful bad beat with pocket aces, who knows, he might have gone all the way.
People who've been playing X sport for so many years have the skill level. It's about the temperament. So even when you talk about poker, it's about the temperament. Even before every hand, even after every bad beat, it all boils down to that. How are they handling pressure? How are they maintaining a good mindset?
Let's see if Navi is able to maintain his composure and live up to his own words as we move on here. in this PLO event.
Well, it's going to be difficult. He's surrounded by sickos.
And luck.
If you had two backdoor flush draws, then you would have gone with it.
आपके लिए इज्जत
Never
बहुत
underestimate a poker player talking about their own skill level.
पहले वो fold देख के और फिर ये
As you've been telling me this entire time, Adi.
Indeed, indeed.
Surprising.
Table still 7-handed, full so to speak, no eliminations. That tension, I equate it to a rubber band sometimes. It's rising, it's stretching. Who's going to be the first to crack?
Well, these guys are rock solid not to be too cheesy, so hard to get cracks out of these guys. It's going to take something from the deck.
I'm running cold, dude. Actually, I'm running cold. Last hand में लगा लिया क्या कुछ?
बिल्कुल ब्लफ था नंगा एकदम. You were so disinterested in the hand.
बिल्कुल bluff था नंगा एकदम.
Some colorful words to describe a style of bluffing by Ruben there.
Pavan Bansal out of the small blind here.
That's a proper hand, Addy. The big reason is you want the suited ace cards to not interact with your pair. Because in a dream scenario, you can hit top set and the nut flush draw. So ace, queen, queen, 8 without the queen of hearts is how you want it.
It's really greedy.
PLO is about being greedy sometimes.
And he does bump it up.
Mind you, he's taking into account the pre-flop aggressor here. Azhar has the widest of ranges and was the pre-flop opener. And look at that, Zarwan makes a tight fold even though he was closing the action. Ace, Jack, 10-5 hits the muck. That's a lot of domination to be going into the flop with, and it comes 3 hearts. This is dangerous. Both of them have flopped a flush. Obviously, in PLO, it is way more likely for you to have a flush when you have a monotone board like this. But it is tough to put your opponent on 2 hearts when you have 2 yourself.
And look at that Pavan Bansal with the trap check on the flop there. With the perfect opponent to do it to as well.
Azhar checked behind the flop also. He wants to make this a 2-street affair. It's PLO, you're never too comfortable with a small flush. But now, Pavan has checked on the turn again. Azhar is going to think he has the best of it here. The kind of hands Pavan would be 3-betting from the small blind will often be aces, kings, and they don't need to have hearts in them. He's betting this for value, and it's a donation of 7,000 to the stack of Pavan Bansal. Does the damage go any further than this? Pavan check calls for now. Pavan wants to keep his range wide. He wants to appear like he's maybe hero calling on the turn with something like aces. And it comes a 6 of diamonds, which means the board has paired. Neither player loves that.
Flush.
Pavan no longer with the nuts, checks, and Azhar checks behind. Manages to lose relatively few chips.
It's a life-saving river is what it is.
Ace, 8 of hearts and queen.
Damn, bro. Jam it. He would have kept you on a blocker. 3 streets he would have called you. Telling you, I swear to God, he would have called you 3 streets. If you let out big, 3 streets he would have called you.
Navi with some good advice there, or perhaps just sprinkling a little salt in Pavan's wound, much to Azhar's pleasure.
When someone flats like that, so snappy, they never fold on a flop flush. Never fold. If you bet pot. Never. They always level themselves to think that you have aces with blocker, ace, heart.
Great point.
Although Azhar is like, am I there?
रिवर पे वो देखने के बाद में थोड़ा बुरा लगा. मुझे तो 6 देख के बुरा लगा मुझे तो. उन्होंने नॉट गुड भी नहीं बोला, फ्लैश बोला, उन्होंने जो शक्ल बनाई तो ऐसे लगा कि वो तो स्ट्रेट रेट पे घूम रहे हैं. क्या लेके आए हैं? कह रहे नो हमारे पास
पावर स्पेशल है.
नट फ्लैश है हमारे पास.
नट फ्लैश ही है बस.
मैं होता कैश गेम में वो चल रही होती बैन कर देता पावन को उसी टाइम. बोलता इसको उठाओ. अभी
सही में यार तू जो बिल्ली बोल
Pawan taking it pretty well, all things considered. Did win the pot, so that has to help.
That's also because Pavan knows when he's asked to leave the game, he'll be asked to leave with everyone's chips.
1600 mean just win heads up. Thank you.
क्या बात कर रहे हो?
हाँ 800 1600 भी
जल्दी खत्म कर रहे हैं क्योंकि मैंने बूम बूम कर दिया ना वो हैंड में एक ही हैंड में.
Bit of nostalgia to table 2. Azhar and Justin made quick work of the proceedings. Here we are with no eliminations thus far.
रूबेन और अजहर का बहुत मोटा पॉट होगा फिर जसविन में से एक के साथ हेड्स अप.
हाँ जसविन तो नहीं देगा.
Blinds 1,000, 1,500. As Azhar was saying, Hold'em, very different game. Somehow their table was done by the 800, 1,600 level, down to heads up. That means everybody a bit short, but PLO does work okay, short stacked as well. Equities run so close, you don't fold too much pre-flop, so I suspect some action is incoming. Chiggy perhaps will oblige. Queen 10, 9, 7, 3 diamonds.
Bangarang.
I could try to not see your cards when you're lifting. That is right, even Sue told me. The person on my immediate right, when he was on my right...
And Navi has a hand he can commit with ace, king, king, 3 bets to the maximum. Which in this case is 13,000. And Chiggy comes along, he's going to speculate. Like I said, you don't fold too much pre-flop.
Controversial pot to खेलना ही पड़ेगा.
Chiggy's come along with a weak hand, but he does flop best. Like I was saying, you don't fold too much in PLO.
I don't know, is this a horrible hand? Like, should I have never been in this? Because समझ ही नहीं आ रहा था.
Not really, I think.
ये horrible है.
हाँ गराती है.
Horrible तो नहीं है.
मतलब इतना बड़ा pot के लिए.
के हिसाब से तो horrible कोई नहीं.
छोटे स्टैक के साथ ना if you know he's spotting then just limp and then call it.
No, I don't know he's spotting. I thought I'll get respect for raising. So that's why I was...
I will not, I guess, yeah.
You can never be too sure with Chiggy. You gotta love the guy who flops miles ahead and then just says, was this a horrible thing to do?
Navi in trouble, needs to make 2 pairs or catch a king. And the 6 does not oblige. And the ace means we lose Navi.
I mean, why would you want to bet? Shouldn't be. Cheers, bro.
Bit salty, understandably, as he walks away.
Right, we've had our first elimination in the PLO event. It's been a long grind to get to this first knockout. Navi, a little disappointed, I'm sure. How do you feel you played?
Not proud of how I played, especially in the first few levels. I think I really wasn't in the zone. And then, I mean, after the first pick, I tried to zone in, but I don't think I was playing my top game, so I deserve to be here.
Very humbly put, but do you feel there's a reason that you sort of were a bit more reserved there? Because everyone was telling us before, you know, this is Navi's game, and we're used to seeing you putting them to a real test. Any reason why you decided to sort of play a little safer today?
I think after the first few levels, I mean, I was literally down to 25k stack, and I readjusted, which I shouldn't have. I should have gone, I mean, literally bang, bang, bang. But it's okay. One of those days.
It's always one of those days, unfortunately. Speaking of bang, 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 is that the strategy moving forward now? Because we've got some work to do after minus, I think, 50 or so.
That's the only strategy left. There's no strategy left. There's no other strategy but try to finish up top and then win the heads up too.
Yep. We'll be watching, and we always enjoy a bit of bang, bang, bang. So look forward to it, and well played today. Cheers.
I think there is only one thing I can do, right? I mean, I have to win the last event and the heads up to qualify. So, I mean, now it's nothing to lose for. I mean, I just will go for everything and anything.
The dreaded first elimination gets the dreaded minus 20 points to Navi. He is in deep trouble in terms of his circuit life. For now, we have 6 players remaining. Lakshpal Singh actually has over 50 big blinds. Pawan Bansal pretty close behind, 51 big blinds for him as well. And Chiggy, with that pickup in the form of Navi's chips, is also comfortable with well over starting stack. Ruben, Azhar and Zarwan, bottom of the table leaderboard for now. Trying to make their way back up. Ace King 6-3, good enough to open Pawan with a little bit of pep in his step. We're 6 max now, under the gun. Little more playable. And Chirag with a beautiful looking Jack 10, 9, 8. These are called rundowns, and that's a good rundown to have.
Player all in.
And Azhar takes the spot now with kings once again. Ace, king, king, deuce. Perfect hand to squeeze. Now the question is, who wants to go after it? They could collude, by the way. Pawan and Chiggy could both call down. Pawan's hand does not perform too well against the kind of hands that are getting it in there, unless Azhar had something like Jack, Jack, 10, 10, something like that, in which case the aces and kings would be live. Here we can see Pawan's aces and kings worthless, but he still isolates.
It's okay. Fold.
And Chiggy has to make an ICM fold. Wants to let Azhar bust.
अरे ये तो बहुत डेड हूँ मैं.
What do you have? Ace king?
ये तो थ्रो ही है.
Ace king what?
ये क्या हो गया?
ये तो बहुत थ्रो है. ये तो.
Why are you in this hand?
7.5 picks, no? He has.
Yeah, but like maybe he will better in Q4. Maybe he calls.
Everyone confused by Pawan's isolation.
ये तो कोई contest ही नहीं है ना इसकी jamming range के against.
What did you have, Chiggy?
आपकी भी jamming नहीं है.
He had 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10.
8, 9, 10.
8, 9, 10. Yeah, better to like.
One way suited, but
Most probably you're gonna hit the flop because you're gonna hit it.
तो winning this hand पता ही है ये देख के तो
Confirm you're winning that.
ये तो बहुत मुश्किल
clubs
है.
मेरे covered थे वैसे तो I had clubs, so that's no good. 9 jack of clubs.
Azhar seems tense. He's in a good spot though. Well, not anymore. Pawan finds the 6.
Wow. Ace
You
king.
had nothing, only gutty.
Aces and 6s for Pawan. Ace king for Azhar thus far.
Oh, yeah, he needs the queen to chop. Oh my god, that is so sick.
And a 6 means it's almost over. Just a king needed to the rescue.
GG Chandar.
And the 8 of clubs means Pawan has eliminated Azhar. The young gun will leave us in 6th place and will get some minus points.
No, you're late. You're late.
Quite low it was.
All right, out in 6th place, of course, champion of the event, number 1. Little minus points taken. Any nerves there?
No, I mean, of course, like getting a negative addition to your tally is never a good feeling, but I'm fine with the way it went down. I think I still have a comfortable cushion of points, and I have another event tomorrow, I guess. So let's see, and hopefully we'll just secure for the good with a good measure for the finale.
It's a hard one to take for sure, but would you say you're happy with how you played overall?
I'm pretty happy with how things turned out, and to turn out exactly opposite of how you think things would be, because I thought PLO would be where I would excel and Texas is where I would lack, but Texas is where I ended up winning and PLO is where I was an early bust out, so you never know what unfolds. It was a wild table. There was a lot of action, a lot of hands happening, but we didn't run so good, and in the final spot Pawan got lucky on us, converting probably a 70-30 or 65-35 spot, and that was that. A couple of spots here and there I lost. Then I think I leaked a bit as well. I was straddling in a tournament, I don't know why, but I was doing that as well. So I leaked a few chips there, and then in my final flip, I think the last part was just a downfall straight away. But yeah, in the start we did give them a fight. We did give them some run for their money. Every time when I was confused about making a decision that, whether I'm going the right way or the wrong way, I just thought I have the points. How bad could it be?
Well, slowly then suddenly, as they say, we're down to 5 and it's Zarwan at the bottom, just 10 big blinds in his stack. Pawan is the comfortable chip leader. I love seeing these different dynamics, Addy, in the form of playing styles as well. Pawan and Laksh, certainly the less lagged, the less aggressive players on the table, and they're the ones sitting pretty with a ton of chips.
Not that deep.
Tight is right, question mark. I'm not sure I've ever said that in PLO, but here we are.
Tight is usually right in most forms of poker. It's just that you have to be aggressive when you play. Tag, as we say, tight aggressive. Queens now for the 10 big blind stack. If he raises here, he's committing himself, and that's exactly what he's done. Pawan on the big blind has to call 7,000. 14 to fight for in the middle. And he will try and clip it. This is pretty loose, but it's PLO. 2 of diamonds is a great start, as is the 7. There we go. Flops 2 pairs. And actually checks and wants to trap the rest of Zarvan's chips. Zarvan will oblige. So we have a 2-to-1 situation in terms of equities. 37% for Zarvan. And it comes an 8 immediately. That is the best card in the deck. Queens and 8s now for Zarvan. Pawan has prepaid, and for good reason, the 5 of hearts. Full double.
I'm quite upset.
Pretty crazy.
Come on.
And Zarvan thanks the dealer in Vietnamese for the favorable 8 there. And now it's going to put those chips to work. King, Jack, 6-3. Those are the 2 hold'em hands we were talking about earlier, Addy.
And Lux has picked up the double Robbie, Jack 4, Jack 4.
Double suited, mind you, as well. Hearts and clubs.
And camera
Queens
time.
for Pawan.
Maybe pro EA as well. Oh, why did I do all this mix and match scene?
Family pot.
Yeah, everyone limped. 18,000 in the middle. Queen in the window and a Jack and a 10. Top set for Pawan. Middle set for Lux. And look at what Zarvan has. An open-ended straight flush / royal flush draw.
Welcome to PLO, family.
He's checked around to Pawan. Straights being so likely, I don't expect him to bet the set, but this is Pawan we're talking about. Could try to take a stab, see where he's at kind of thing, but you don't want to be blown off the hand. If somebody has ace-king, they'll just rejam. That may be so, but Pawan does decide to bet into 4 other players. This is bold. Get some equity to fold in the form of a small flush draw from Chicky. Ruben had nothing, but Zarvan cannot go anywhere, and now the pot is getting bloated. 11,000 to call. Zarvan will have 75% of pot behind. And he does make the call. Leaves himself 30k.
Look at that, equity's 50-50, and poor Lux here with middle set, wondering what's going on. I finally picked up a hand. I finally hit a hand.
This is actually an easy fold spot for Lux. Believe it or not, the problem is there is no great card for him apart from the case jack. If a queen comes in, somebody could have queen jack. If a 10 comes in, somebody could have pocket queens or pocket 10s, just like Pawan does. All that being said, it comes the king of hearts. Somehow nobody has a straight, nobody has an ace even. Zarvan checks, Lux checks as well, still drawing dead of course. And now Pawan has to hate his holding. All he can do here is check and hope to pair the board. Very tough to convert his hand into a bluff. And it comes an absolute brick. Somehow Pawan has the check mark. Zarvan has 60% of pot behind now because Lux had also come along. He's throwing in a time bank. He's completely whiffed. He has kings and jacks. That's not worth much. Any ace with any Broadway card makes the nuts here. And oh my goodness. He's bluffing and representing exactly that with half his stack. And Lux insta-folds. He's put it together, Addy. He's realizing with the check around on the turn, Pawan should not have the straight.
Yeah, you'd imagine a straight would want some protection with the flush draw out there. And mind you, 4 cards in your opponent's hand.
What did you bet?
And wow, Pawan does make the fold there. Zarvan picks up a nice pot, almost doubling his stack. with a beautiful bluff. And he shows.
Sick. I just said.
That's why I bet.
I'm still calling though.
Bro, I had a higher set than you.
Queens. Jacks. Fuck. Should I fold the flop?
The reason I bet was this only, so that undersets can call. Turn बहुत बुरा पत्ता हो गया.
तो जैम करो कि 15 बैट करो, दोनों में रिजल्ट तो सेम ही हो रहा है. मतलब 4 बिग ब्लाइंड से फाइट कर सकते हैं फिर. मैं श्योर था स्ट्रेट किसी के पास नहीं है.
Yeah, like it's obvious I don't have a straight. I'll just pot the turn only. That's all. Right.
From LB.
Both of us.
Amazing for me.
Nice hand the ball. Nice hand the ball. बोला snap बोला. Hand खत्म होते ही first चीज यही होगा.
In that hand on the river, I was thinking, if I take a stab on this spot and if I win this spot, I probably will be able to fight it and I have a shot to come first. But if I give up, then it's going to be very difficult for me to ladder up or, to run up my stack unless I get lucky and, get that heat in 3-4 hands and then I run up the stack. So मैंने बोला Zarwan, तू good ही लग रहा है, तेरी feeling सही है, मार दे stab. And I left like 4 big blinds behind and I bet it and fold होके through हो गया. And I was like, shabash.
He did something very unconventional. He limped under the gun and Laksh limped behind him and I was on the button and I had queen 7 deuce, which is not a great hand, but because I had possession and I had the chip lead at the table, I thought spiking a queen here would give me like a deceptively great hand. So I limped along as well. Queen jack 10, 2 diamonds, and everyone checked to me. And I could have checked back as well, but I thought if other people have smaller sets than me, or maybe like queen jack, I can still get them to put some money into the pot. And if someone has like a smaller straight, if someone has like 8-9 or king 9, they'll be in a tough spot if I bet big here because it's a multi-way pot and ace king is very possible in all ranges. So giving myself a shot at getting value from worse, folding out better and charging the nut flush draw and like second nut flush draw seemed like a pretty good idea to me. So I bet and I got 2 callers in Zarwan and Laksh. And when Zarwan calls there with such a small stack behind, I don't think he ever has a nut straight at that point of time because, like the pot is big enough, he can get the money in. So I didn't think he had a straight at this point. Unfortunately, the turn was a king. Now, on a board of queen jack 10 king, you only need an ace with any of the Broadway cards and you have a straight, right? So now, when it's a 3-way pot, it's so easy for my other 2 opponents to have a straight. So at this point, they both checked and I could have still gone for like a bet here, but I chose to check behind because I was like, maybe they have a straight too often for them to fold out. And if I do bet and Laksh jams on me, Zarwan could not do much after my bet. But if Laksh jams on me, I'm in a horrible spot because I'm almost priced in at this point, right? Pot is so big. So I decided to check back and Zarwan bet into 2 people. He bet like 15K into like 50K and he bet into 2 people, both of whom could have a straight at that point. So credit to him, he got us off hands which were better than his, slightly better than his. So it worked out very well for him in this spot.
Well, the plan was good in theory, but sometimes in poker it just doesn't work out, even if you're as talented as Pavan Bansal in your planning.
It's pretty crazy कि अभी भी limping चल रही है.
नहीं अभी मैं बोल दिया वो जितने limp आए क्योंकि ये limp आने वाला है इधर से.
Zarwan perhaps trying to induce a limp.
Limpal Singh.
Limpal Singh, another name to add to Laksh's growing list of nicknames.
Should we mention some of the others, Adi?
Maybe.
Leechpal.
I like it. Lucky Bhai.
Lucky Bhai, LP. And that's a proper hand, by the way. 7-7-4-4.
Double suited.
You don't want to play this in cash games too often, but here he has 100K in chips and can put a lot of pressure from the cutoff. And that's exactly what he's about to do, I think. Opens it up. ICM pressure abound. Blinds 2,000, 4,000. Chiggy, for instance, has under 10 bigs. Everybody wants to wait out the other short stacks. Ragged kings, as they say. King, king, but 3 deuce alongside. Not the choicest of holdings. and tricky from the small blind, but Ruben is ready to commit. 3 bets to 35,000. We saw Pavan speculate with all kinds of hands.
For all you know, it's wrong.
27 plus 8.
The one against Zarvan's queens comes to mind.
Yeah, actually.
He could call here. By the way, Adi, you're 25% to hit a set with that holding, 7744.
I mean, just slowing down the game.
Sold.
89 है उसका raise.
तो वही तो बोला 9 into 3.
Some math for Pavan to do. 26,000 to call, 52 in the middle, 18,500 behind if he hits, and can scoop up the rest of Ruben's stack. Lots to think about.
You almost think that Pavan might be more comfortable with a more connected, unpaired hand, because when Ruben commits there, chances are he does need that 25% to come through.
Very tight fold.
And there you go, very tight fold indeed, he says.
Back.
Very tight fold.
Ruben, the wild card, is always willing to go with it. Cheeky smile.
2 overs. हो गई भाई 2 overs. 4 overs होगा तेरा मुश्किल.
Is what he's saying.
No, I believe him.
The table getting emptier as it does. With every event comes pain and joy.
God.
Which of these sickos can go all the way? Who are you putting money on here, Addy?
Well, given that Pavan's got the big stack and the big brain, my money is on him.
Understandable, but I wouldn't count anybody else out either, especially the 2 players who seem interested in this pot. Ruben has King, Queen, Jack 5. And Zarvan, almost a rundown. Jack 10, 8, 7, 1 gap in the middle. If he hits the 9, it's kind of a money card.
Nice, have fun without me.
And the 2 blinds come along as well.
चुल तो सब में है भाई. फोड़ नहीं कर रहा कोई, मतलब ये नहीं है 2 big blind
कर दूं मैं.
ये भाग
Chul, a big part of PLO, by the way, as the flop does indeed contain a 9, 9, 4, 3. Look at the equities. Everybody kind of even. 2 pair for Pavan, but it's bottom 2. You don't feel too comfortable with that. Laksh has the open ender. The board is rainbow, so straight draws are worth something. Check to the turn, and it comes the ace, but it's the diamond variety, which means the backdoor nut flush draw for Ruben. All other holdings remain somewhat equal in value.
But multi-way, so hard to get out of line here.
Yeah, Pavan has way the best of it with 2 pairs, 57% equity actually, but he'd never know it. You have to feel pretty uncomfortable here. And there we go, Ruben is eyeing the pot. Looks like he wants to semi-bluff. He has the 5 as well. It's a blocker to the straight that's possible right now. Doesn't pull the trigger. Oh, don't tell me the 0% equity hand is about to fire. Zarvan? Does eye his stack?
We've seen him do this before, but checks this time. Bang! Wow, what a river card right there. Pavan Bansal boats up as Ruben makes the backdoor nut flush. And hand has been passive.
Pavan knows his hand is very likely to be the best one. How much does he want to bet for value? Ruben sitting there with his nut flush on this board. Should be willing to pay off, depending on the sizing. This is the first bet into the pot since the flop. It's 14,000 into 20. Can Ruben somehow get away from it?
Two people still to act behind him.
Ruben puts it all together and doesn't lose any additional chips.
Ball.
Yeah. What? That flush.
Why don't give him so much respect also?
सब में bet कर रहा है भाई 4-3.
Button is good. I think it's here.
He's not value betting. I think the pot was 20k and Pavan leads
from big blind 14K into 20K. So first of all, I don't think he has too much value there. Like, I don't think he's betting like a 10 high flush or a jack high flush also, on the completed board for that sizing specifically. If he ever wants to go for value, I think he goes smaller. He goes maybe like less than 10K or 10K. That 14K bet kind of threw me off. He's betting into 3 people. If I think about it, it's just the fact that he's the big blind. He has all the trashy, bottom 2 pairs which convert into full house and stuff. And just the sizing, I don't think he has too much value there. I mean, I don't think he has too much bluff there. And he just has a lot of this middling value, like small full houses, and maybe he has a queen high flush, but that's the only hand I can think of that could, like go for this size. So I'm not beating too much. It just felt like a hand I'm supposed to throw. Good fold tha, Pawan.
सच में king है? Wow.
Good fold, no?
Crazy खेलता है वैसे.
Good fold.
Yes, sir.
Good fold. अरे हाँ भाई, good fold ही है. क्या validation चाहिए उससे तेरे को?
Validation क्या चाहिए भाई?
तो क्या पूछे जा रहा? बोल रहा हूँ good fold है.
अबे तेरे से थोड़ी ना पूछ रहा हूँ.
अरे good fold है यार. कितनी बार पूछेगा अभी? Good fold है पवन. Good fold है पवन. अरे good fold है भाई.
क्या पता bluff किया हो भाई. अच्छा कुछ. या value छोटे से value ले रहा हो.
I do not blame Ruben looking for validation one bit. That was a world-class fold from the man who claims not to have any PLO skills whatsoever. Once again, Addy, I've been hustled.
Get used to it. That's how these guys operate.
जवाब नहीं दे सकता.
Queen high flash पे bet कर रहा मैं.
Good luck, Chigi.
बोर्ड्स है ही नहीं. तुम दोनों की रेंज में तो बोर्ड्स कितनी कम है ब्रो. है ही नहीं, मतलब यहाँ पे तो unbelievable.
King 7-6-3 for Pawan. Zarwan was mocking Chiggy by saying good luck because Chiggy's on the big blind with a tiny stack. This hand might be just too weak for Pawan to try and get all in with Chiggy with.
Who is gonna be the cockroach?
Well, never mind all that. He's willing to run with it. And if Pawan's running with it, it's probably the right thing to do. Oh, and look at this. Chiggy's woken up with a dominating hand. Dominates with a King Queen 7-5. It's like a better version of Pawan's hand.
Including the clubs.
Based on the stack size, I think Pawan thought he could get a lot of folds from Chiggy.
Can't blame him.
And now, if Chiggy runs with it, he's going to be in a favorable situation. Mind you, despite the domination, the equities so close. PLO is so weird. 60-40 only. Gets it in.
Feel like he wasted that time bank.
I'll be ahead on Gamma.
You're ahead.
ऐसा भी नहीं है.
Suck out, bro.
ऐसा भी नहीं है.
Gambler मतलब 3 घंटे से फोल्ड करे जा रहा हूँ.
Just suck out. Sorry, Chigi.
LP ऐसे मत बोलो यार. I have clubs also covered. I have 7 also covered.
He's dominating this guy.
Wow, man, this guy.
Bro, that is actually. ये तो मतलब.
इससे अच्छा तो इक्के दिखा देता चिगी तो ये लाइव होता.
हाँ, correct.
चॉप ही करा दो भाई.
ये खत्म ही है.
चिगी लगा लो bro.
One second, which one is mine, bro?
Lose 4-5.
मेरा कौन सा है?
Lose 4-5.
This one's yours, no? This one has to be yours.
Yeah.
Oh, the anti-railing is strong.
I remember him.
Lux rooting for a 3.
Like it matters.
But पावन लगा लेता है, पता है, मैंने देखा है.
हाँ, और क्या?
PLO में ना.
इस बार भी लगा देगा क्या?
उसको भी बेचारे को कितना गंदा दिया हो. Aces Kings लेकर.
Here we go.
Oh.
7 changes nothing.
गटी है.
चॉप भी होता है. कुछ हुआ नहीं. चॉप हो सकता है. चॉप हो सकता है.
चिगी को 2 पैर चाहिए. 5 नहीं चाहिए.
5 नहीं चाहिए.
Gutty for Pawan Bansal.
क्यों तेरा 3 और 6 भी तो लाइव है.
Oh. ये 6-7.
Club changes nothing either.
Chop ही है अभी.
5 3 6.
You don't
Till now it's a chop.
5 3 6.
Chop.
Why? 7 we have, bro. What are you saying?
Yeah.
You don't have King
Both
Queen
have
7.
Anticlimactic.
I don't want a chop, bro.
Chiggy did not
This is
want
not
the
nice.
chop.
Chop is.
chop है?
We'll take it. Chop चाहिए वैसे.
Pure
पैसा
chop.
money पे तो है. Pot में तो है पैसा.
Exactly.
Yeah, better than डबले का.
The shorties happy that Chiggy remains a short stack.
हाँ, ये this was best. Chop was best.
Chop.
I mean,
मतलब best तो नहीं था. भाई इतना डोमिनेट कर रहा था उसको. भाई वो इतना डोमिनेट कर रहा था. सारे फ्लश ड्रॉप लॉक है.
Hard luck, Chigi.
यार ठगी नहीं लगा पाया तू. क्या
That's a bummer.
क्या भाई वहाँ पे 2 छक्कियाँ लगा रहा है उसके अगेंस्ट. इस वाले अगेंस्ट.
Every once in a while, a chop feels like a bad beat. These guys love each other on and off the table, but when it comes to trying to ladder up and get some crucial points, they will root against each other full force.
Well, hello, ace, king 10. Zarwan Tamboli. Oh, that's a little bit of a tell there. And opening the action as ICM plays is going to look very strong.
Weak hands all the way till the big. Ruben has queens. Mind you, the open is big from Zarwan, 3x. Does get queens into the pot. He's actually dominating his opponent pre-flop. You don't see that too often. 80-20 heading to the flop. And a queen in the window. And look at the outs for Zarwan. He actually has a wrap, not to mention the aces that can make a bigger set. 57-43 in terms of equity with top set. And Zarwan continuation bets, and surely Ruben gets it in there.
Rainbow board as well. Got attacks.
He wants calls from hands such as naked aces. In this case, Zarwan has a lot to go with it.
No, I'm short out.
Could consider check calling as a trap with so many bad cards. 9s, 10s, kings, aces. All in, he says, and no doubt the cards are going to be flipped up on their backs shortly. Zarwan makes the call.
Oh my god!
They have similar stacks also.
After saying Nanga, blah, Nanga, you finally got top set.
Ruben smiling but not comfortable.
Lie about his hand.
Who's covering it?
Yeah. He did not lie about it.
How can you be? So many outs.
Who's covering who, man? You guys have similar stacks.
11 outs, 8 of them live.
I think Zarwan is covering Ruben, right?
Say it with me, Vidar.
Possibly,
8 outs going.
Twice.
My man.
That's a clean one. 5 of clubs.
Board pen नहीं होगा ना. और मेरे को fade ही करना है. Oh, अच्छा. Correct.
Going once now. An ace, king, 9 or 10, and there is the ace. Ruben has been eliminated.
किससे हारना है कि किंग 10 से हारना है? किससे हारना है तेरे को बता दो.
That's so bad.
तू जिससे बात बोलेगा वो उससे हार रहा है. भाई आधा डेक मेरा है.
I don't even know who covers who.
That's so disgusting actually.
70k.
Ace is so bad, bro.
70k.
क्या था 9?
70k.
Correct.
64. GG.
This was the only time you put it in well. and you lost.
अच्छा पहले
Bro ये हाथ देख भाई, ये हाथ देख मेरा flop देख के खड़ा हो गया मेरा.
क्या करूँ भाई मैं भी
What a flop, like movie flop.
For both.
If I just call flop, then no point. It doesn't change anything.
All right, Ruben, out in 10th. A little minus 10 points there, but plus 30 overall. Up is up, as we say. How are you feeling about that?
Not too good. I think I played well towards the end. I'm not very good at PLO, to be honest. I think I said this last time as well.
You lied last time.
Yeah, I mean, I picked up fast, but I feel like I'd forgotten again today and I had to re-pick it up. But yeah, so initially I was fumbling a little bit. I didn't know what to do, but then I kind of saw what other people were doing. I adapted. I kind of implemented my own idea of what other people's ranges would look like. I kind of played accordingly.
Yeah, can't do much there, but in general, with these guys on this final table, Laksh, you're still surprised to see hanging on in there.
Laksh, I'll be surprised to see him win. I'm not surprised to see him hang in there because that's what Laksh is good at. If I have to be honest, he adapts very well. He picks up fast and he can knit up his range in PLO, I think, which is a good strategy, of course, because if you know less, then just pay jumps is good. And I didn't really go for that. I was trying to play aggressive towards the end and try to amass a big stack, but it didn't work out. Yeah, so my table was full of regs. I don't think I was playing very well at the beginning of the tournament. I didn't know what hands to play, to be honest. But I think I picked up fast. I picked up soon. I made a stack also. I bluffed, I think, a lot. I played very aggressive when there were 5 people remaining. I think I started playing very aggressive. And then I got a cooler in with Zarwan. I've played with him a lot of live tournaments. This is, I think, the first time I'm playing PLO with him. Yeah, so it was fun playing with him. He made some very big laydowns, and I was very surprised to see that. But it was okay.
Just like that, we're down to 4 players. Ruben Labru eliminated. 0 points for his effort, but that's a win on the circuit, especially for these events. Chirag now, the shortest stack. Lakshpal Singh has starting stack. Aces, single suited, still though, 4-handed. Under the gun is the cutoff. Very, very strong hand. He has about 12 bigs. He's going to make a raise, hoping somebody comes back over the top.
Yeah, now no longer having to worry about those minus points. Only upwards from here.
Jack, 8-8. Kind of an aces cracker hand.
Oh yeah, because no small blind, no?
No small blind.
The problem is if he wants to peel and try and hit, it's going to cost him half his stack. And that's not how these guys like to play poker.
Which leaves 2 options if I'm not mistaken then, Vidur.
Fold or jam. Has to worry about Zarvan behind him with a mountain of chips. The problem is the way Laksh has been playing. I doubt Laksh is opening light. After all, he's committed.
Oh wow.
And Chigi still jams it.
That's what I was thinking. I'm supposed to fold here and hope that you bust him. But why you have hearts also?
But your hand is not doing that bad. Oh, Jack 10 9 sir. Oh.
I love how Pawan is excited about every single hand.
Thank God, bro. I was hoping it's 60, so I could raise bigger. Yeah.
Shall I fold or what? Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a misstep from Chigi.
I know that, but like now if Zaru doesn't pick up a hand, LP chips up further.
The reason being that Laksh, by raising, being the second shortest stack, would have been risking elimination. So Chigi would have had a chance to ladder.
No snap, but given the dynamics of मैं उसके लिए कर रहा हूँ,
And you have to outladder me, na, basically. Your job is to outladder me.
मैं उसको उड़ा सकता हूँ.
At risk.
Well, we live and we learn. And now there we go. Top set pretty much shuts that down. Laksh, pretty much a lock on this hand. 10 seals the deal.
GG boy.
GG bro, GG.
We lose. Chigi, always pleasant, always polite. In fact, took the feedback on his play really well. Goes out with a smile.
One of us has to now.
Now basically one contender between us who can actually fight.
Not bad, I'm 40.
Right, Chigi hard luck there out in 4th place, 15 points. You are positive by a teeny tiny bit, just a bit. Up is up. We said this with Ruben as well, so not too disappointed. But that last hand, Jack 8-8.
Yeah.
Laksh, who's not really comfortable with PLO, opens early position. You're thinking twice about it now that it's all over.
So at the time also I was really thinking about, because initially I knew I should be folding this because like you said, if Laksh is opening into 2 bigger stacks and 1 shorter stack under the gun, then he should be very, very strong here. And let's say for the sake of argument, he has aces here or kings here. So with my jacks and 8s, and I had Jack 8 of hearts as well, I thought because I was very short, I had about 7-8 bigs and Laksh had about 10 bigs, 10-12 bigs, and the other 2 had 30 plus. So I thought, you know, if like, okay, I fold here and say Zarwan gets out of the way as well, Lakshpat will then chip up further and like quite a bit, like he gets more than a 10-20% almost chip up to his stack. And that, you know, widens the gap between me and him. So it was not the best decision, I think, especially after the hand I asked some of these boys who know PLO better than me. And they said I could have got away from that one. But coming into this event, you know, I had thought, okay, I need to at least try and get to the top 4 first, so I get somewhere in the positive, and then obviously try and spin up my stack. So looking back at that, that's kind of what I did. But I maybe could have folded this hand and waited for a better spot.
And there we go, down to 3, and I spy with my little eye Lakshpal Singh, second in chips, guaranteed a huge amount of points in PLO, a game he pretends to not be good at.
You know, like these kind of situations are what helped me win the circuit last time, and you know, like just hanging onto my chips, surviving, and making sure that I don't go over aggressive in certain situations and just get the maximum points. Because the idea of this structure is not to win every event. You know, it's so dynamic. Like after every event, things are changing, and you have to constantly keep a lookout for yourself on the leaderboard and see how many points you require from each match. So everything is very strategic in the circuit, which is what makes it so great. So maybe, you know, if I can use that same kind of understanding that I have of Hold'em and ICM and laddering and getting max points, then you never know, maybe I can take it down today. Yeah.
So the cat's out the bag. The jig is up. Lakshpal Singh can no longer pretend he doesn't know what's going on. Here he is, three-way against two sickos, and turns out he's a sicko himself.
It'd be sick if I just go out there and win it. I mean, to be honest, I don't really expect to take this down. And I think my tournament life in the circuit is really dependent on how the PLO event goes. So yeah, let's hope for the best.
Alrighty, well, Laksh knows what's up. We know what's up. Have Zarvan and Pavan figured it out? We're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Three-way action is on its way.
160.
You'll have like.
No, I don't have 160.
You'll have 150.
Oh yeah, 150.
These players are so quick at adapting
Maybe
and in
like a little
fact changing their reads on their opponents in real time. I have a feeling Pavan and Zarvan know exactly where they're at when it comes to Laksh. They're going to be trying to exploit Laksh's playing style.
Pavan's picked up a hand not just to exploit but to dominate. On the button no less. Here comes the raise.
Bro, how much would the thing be? 27 only.
Solid hand to do it with. Ace, Jack, Jack 3, double suited on the button. Ace 8, 5, 4, double suited for Laksh. This is at least a call.
I at least agree with you there. And Lakshpal Singh, just considering his options, remember we are short-handed now, just three ways. But this is still a little too loose to jam. PLO, equities as they are, better off to just see the flop.
Yeah, you know your opponent is going to call it off. They're going to be priced in.
Sorry.
Much rather try and smash the flop, get it in there as a heavy favorite.
Sounds like a plan, Stan. And smash the flop, they both do. Top set for Pavan Bansal. Nut flush draw for Lakshpal Singh. My, things are about to get interesting.
And don't forget bottom 2 for Laksh as well. Oh my goodness, this is surely going all in the middle.
Okay. So all in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it happened before their chips even hit the felt there. They just both decided.
Oh my god. Kya flop khula hai.
Jacks kahan se laga diya? I have to defend my hand, right?
Yeah. It's too good. Too good of a hand to fold. But what a cooler flop, bro. Like, you have two pair, nut flusher versus top set.
Cooler indeed, and it's Pavan at risk. 2-1 favorite to double up.
Come on, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Full house outs are dead for you. I can win by straight, 6-7.
6-7. Oh, if it comes 6-7, it'll be brutal now. It'll be brutal. Zarvan मजे ले रहा है like मुझे क्या
Doesn't matter जिसको जीतना जीतो यार.
जिसको जीते मैं heads up खेल लूँगा उसके साथ.
And it's the 4 of diamonds, nut flush for
बहुत ही
Laksh.
बुरा पत्ता है because इसमें वो भी नहीं है. Full house outs
I'm
block कर रहे हैं.
नहीं जीत गया LP.
Pre-celebrate is wrong.
Oh, now
GG, bro.
And that's that. Pavan Bansal eliminated with that cooler Laksh. Heads up with the chip lead.
लेकिन ये तो मेरी कंधे थे.
ये तेरे नहीं मैं सबसे तेरे को मोटिवेट कर रहा हूँ खुद कर रहा था.
वो भी टॉप साइड में बस्ट हुआ, मैं भी टॉप साइड में बस्ट हुआ.
Well, it seems like the closest of friends, Lakshpal Singh and Zarvan Tamboli, have made it to heads up with about even stacks. This should be a fun battle.
All right, Pavan, another 40 points, third place. Must be happy, Mr. Consistent.
I'm just targeting the pay structures that have been designed, and third seems to be the sweet spot so far. But hopefully I can take it one notch above tomorrow.
Good plan, good plan. So far, so good. Now, on that table, we were expecting fireworks from the beginning, but it was actually quite grindy.
Actually, me too. I was expecting fireworks right from the get-go because we had some very aggressive players and like Navi, Ruben, Chandler Bing, like you name it, all the aggressive players were on the table. So they actually played pretty well. I thought like everyone respected like the pay jumps. It was grinding, like just grinding the asses off to get some points. Yeah, it was fun.
Final hand against Laksh. Did you feel that diamond was always coming? It was when Laksh is in that zone.
I mean, given the fact that like he also had bottom two pair, it's like I'm gonna hit full houses slightly lesser, right? So I'll have killer outs slightly lesser. So you'll probably lose a little bit more in that spot compared to like if he just had a flush draw.
Sure.
So I was prepared for it. I was like, okay, my job is done. I've gotten 40 points. It would have been sweet to run deeper, but I think I was pretty happy with the showing. I did get lucky earlier in the tournament, so
It was all going according to plan. I'd built up a stack. I was chip leading at the table. And then basically the last time the formula that worked really well for me to shift the tournament was exert pressure. So I thought, why change a winning formula? You know, I just kept applying pressure, and this time it backfired because we had people like Ruben who had Suicide West bombed onto them. So my aggression kind of backfired. I lost some chips over there. And then it was just like overall a very aggressively fought game. I would have expected a little bit more like grinding, but like everyone on the table had come to win, so it was challenging in that aspect. And I quite enjoyed it. I think I got like a good jump from like 4th to 3rd was a pretty good jump. So like play was kind of tight when it was 4-handed. I was trying to outlast and make sure that I finished 3rd because now I have a good chance of making it to the finale given one event left. Laksh he says that he does not play PLO, but I don't know how much I believe that now because even last time he did decent at this event and this time he has finished up in the top 2. If Zarwan comes up in the form that he showed in the first half of this, then probably he'll win. Yeah.
Pavan Bansal with another spot-on read, this time about the ever-adaptable Zarwan Tamboli.
It's very important to take these spots down, and the lineup which I was playing after that, after a while, the dynamics, I understood that, okay, fine, they aren't going out of line much. So yeah, it was getting easier for me to maneuver and, to make my way through, and I could put them on hands quite easily the more I played with them.
Zarwan Tamboli, the wrecking ball, the machine that's been steamrolling all over this table, an actual Goliath at this event. And on the other hand, wouldn't you know it, it's David himself.
I think everyone here at the circuit is probably a better PLO player than me or has more experience in PLO than I do.
So basically hats off to Laksh because, probably Laksh was slightly weaker than even Labru and me, and everyone knew this on the table. So for him to have, countered that with his strategy, whether it was limping, whether it was potting, whether it was showing a few bluffs, he did a bit of it all yesterday, and he did extremely well to maneuver. Whatever strategy he may have used, it worked, and getting to heads up with a chance to win it.
Let's find out if Laksh can defeat the 4-card giant. It's time for Heads Up.
I cannot wait for this heads-up match. It should be a battle for the ages considering they're coming in almost even stacked. I would argue the experience advantage lies with Zarwan, but the momentum lies with Laksh. Anyone's game.
2 men, 4 cards, and 100 points to the champion.
Let's not forget Zarwan now in his second heads-up, in his second ever circuit event. Very commendable performance already, and mind you, he's probably eyeing a very comfortable smooth sailing to the finale. Especially if he can close this one out, an extra 40 points will make him basically a lock.
And now, Laksh first hand deep in the tank. Ace, Queen, 10-9, beautiful hand. We are heads up, of course.
It's interesting. He knew that it's a strong hand. He could 3-bet it, but heads-up PLO tournaments are not something too many people have experience with. He just calls and it comes 8-7-3. Interesting one. Look at that. It's a flip in terms of equity even after the flop. Open-ender and 4 overs for Laksh and pocket 9s for Zarwan. Quick check, and the 4 of diamonds changes nothing, does favor the big blind's range. Laksh is the one who should have all kinds of low cards here. And he decides to represent them. The man continues to hustle. Goes full pot with just an open-ender. Zarwan proudly shows he's folding the best hand. Not sure that's the best idea.
Well, in his defense, Laksh has scammed us all till this point. And now, he's got the advantage, which in heads up, of course, is everything.
proper chip lead now, as you just mentioned. It means Zarvan will consistently feel at risk. He has to be thinking, I have the experience, I have all the skills. How do I get rid of Mr. Lakshpal, or as we sometimes say, Leechpal? Sticks around, Laksh. Ace Jack 9-7 once again. Plenty good to open with. He's on the button. Decides to just limp. Blinds 4,000, 8,000.
That is another quality of the leech. They bleed you dry.
Free flop for Zarvan. He'll take it with those rags. And it's 8-8-10. Just about. And look at what Laksh has as well. A wrap of sorts, but it's a paired board. Jack 9-7. And he's been led into, this is essentially a donk, but pre-flop was check-check, so range is super wide. Laksh wants to see one more. This is trouble. Zarvan has flopped him dead. Laksh does not want to hit. 3 of diamonds, mercifully, does not connect with Laksh. And now does Zarvan get trappy? Or does he go for 3 streets? And with that check mark, by the way, the chip lead will be going back to Zarvan. So the roller coaster of heads up is in full motion in front of us. And Laksh lets it go, does not chase.
Maybe you're right. Could be bad fold.
Drawing dead.
Zarvan lets him know.
Not supposed to call, no? I'm blocking your bluff sign also.
No, it's fine, heads up.
Even on the turn?
No.
On the flop,
Turn
though, obviously, yeah. Turn fold, right? Cool.
What a beautiful example of one of my favorite things in poker. These guys are locked in against each other.
Outflopping me, man. Zaru, not fair.
And yet, Zarvan is willing to give him genuine insight and education on the game. He's literally playing with him.
Free coaching from one of the country's best. Not too shabby.
In my shoes, though, not advisable. That is Lakshpal Singh you're giving that information to. He learns fast.
Well, that is evident considering his performance in both season 1 and 2.
Just have a bad feeling about this hand.
Zarvan seems to be worried about the poker gods, but he has ace queen, jack 7, single suited.
अरे मतलब ऐसा सब होता है ना गड़बड़, but hand तो raise worthy.
Precisely, that is a strong holding, raises it up. Laksh comes along, ace jack 7-5.
Wow, Zarvan is just smashing. Smashing. Nuts versus second nuts.
यही खत्म हो गया फिर jack 7 jack 2.
How much is it? 56.
GG Laksh. GG Laksh. Pot कर दिया इसने.
All in. You have nuts over.
Yeah.
Laksh is like, dude.
Dead ही है ना?
No, he can chop. He can chop.
I'm dead, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. How will he chop?
No club, and it's all over.
I have to get it in over.
No.
No. I need redraw over.
Oh, तेरे पास दो backdoor है.
Oh, I have
Clubs क्या?
backdoor. Clubs. But what I need redraw over.
Yeah, I mean इसके साथ set भी होता ना jack 7 के साथ तो ठीक है.
But then heads up, what? I just fold the flop.
ये what?
I get pot.
56.
I have like 100k, bro. Like 12 bigs.
Yeah, man.
Huh?
Yeah, man.
Fold?
I think I'm here.
Yeah. Club.
You can't
Come
put
on.
me on queen jack.
I agree, it's a cooler.
Club.
Come on.
And that's that. Zarvan emerges victorious. A nice hug between them. Laksh getting the free coaching, but can't get the job done. Still, 60 points will go a long way.
GG, bro. GG. Right. Good show.
Thank you. You too.
And it was fun. थोड़ा बहुत तेरे को सिखाने में भी.
Yeah, I had fun.
I'm sure तू काफी अच्छा हो गया.
Yeah, I learned a lot also.
Yeah, I was pretty confident, and I was just telling myself that, don't spew it again. You have a considerable edge over your opponent, and just keep focused.
I'm feeling really good, honestly. Like, the table was so tough. I mean, like I said before, they're all way better than me, so I'm really happy with the result. And yeah, we were pretty even stacks going into heads up. I was like at a slight advantage. And yeah, heads up's kind of like that. You see a lot of flops, and then like one guy outflops you for like 10, 5, 7 hands straight, and then it kind of doesn't work out. But yeah, the last hand was interesting. Actually, I'm not really a PLO player, so I'm not too sure. I flopped straight the second nuts on 10-9-8 at Jack 7, and we were heads up, and he potted in position. He bet 56k and I had like about 100, so I thought like at that SPR I think I just have to get it in with Jack 7. But I'm very pleased with the 60 points. Brings my tally to 50 for the circuit so far, and gives me a shot to make the finale. So today was very important, the PLO event, and yeah, I'm very pleased with the result. And yeah, I have to say Zarwan played extremely well. He was the shortest stack I think when we were four-handed, and he really showed what a PLO beast he is. So yeah, it was an honor to play heads up with him. Yeah,
that's very sweet and very nice of you to say good sportsmanship. I think that's a lovely way to end this interview, just on such good vibes.
He chipped down a lot initially. He was down to half his starting stack, and from there basically Zarwan has come back into the event and ended up shipping it. So I think well-deserved win for him.
Like, he showed us in the first tournament that he's capable of blasting off.
It was just a slight chip lead, not that much of a difference between me and Zarwan, who of course is like a PLO beast, and he's won so many live PLO titles as well. A very good friend of mine, and like we kind of spoke about it. I was like, bro, just bust everyone. I'm just gonna. He's like, tu chill kar re, baithe rahe yahin pe. Main sabko udayega.
अभी हम जिंदा हैं.
Well, looks like Mr. Tamboli came to play. Zarwan, what a performance, taking down that event. And what about lucky Lakshpal Singh laddering his way all the way up to second place? He had to do not that much actually. Zarwan pretty much steamed all over the table, knocking people out left, right and center. And Laksh finds himself with 60 points in second place. And finally bringing up the rear, not the plan he wanted, Navkiran Singh takes a second consecutive bottom place finish for another -20. He's got a lot of work to do. So that was your introduction to PLO. If that was your first one, that was a good one, but it's going to get better because Game 2 has the mythical creature himself, Jagdeep Singh, PLO master. And Pratibha, she's also a high-stakes cash game player on the PLO felts. So stay tuned. Like I said, edge of the seats warm. Get ready. 4 cards coming up again. Let's do it.